So we're back in make.powerapps.com, and I'm still under the tables area we were looking at earlier. But this time, rather than starting from new table, I'm going to go ahead and click on Getting Started with Copilot. It'll open a prompt window for me to be able to provide a description. I'm going to continue on with this concept of vendor and vendor capture information that we briefly talked about in the first demo. There's another settings window I can click down here that allows me to either force it into one table or multiple, as well as have it generate those pesky relationships for me. So I'll go ahead and do that and click generate. After about 20 seconds, it's gone ahead and created the 4 different tables for me. One for our vendor, one for their location details, another for contacts, and then this other one called vendor contact role. I'm not sure what I want with that, so I'm going to go ahead and modify the options here and just remove this table. And so now we have the model as we would expect it. We can see the specific table and the columns on it, as well as those relationships. So next to vendor, we can see this little 1. And next to location and contact, we see a star. And it makes sense because a single vendor would have multiple contacts, but it doesn't make sense that one contact would belong to multiple vendors. Similar story with location. So now let's say I wanted to add some kind of additional information to these tables. I can continue with my Copilot chat. For example, our vendor may have tax information that we want to store, and so I have their TIN number, and I'll provide that to Copilot. In a moment, we will see a new column pop up under vendor. Now, just because we're working in Copilot doesn't mean that we're restricted to this view. I could click save and exit and go modify these tables specifically like we saw in the previous demo